As and when the transaction takes place in the business, it will be immediately recorded in the books of account, where that book is called as what? Book of original entry. Full details of the transaction, that is narration, are recorded in these books. The process of recording the transactions in a chronological order, one by one in journal, is called as what? Journalizing. Hello everyone, I am Harshita, lecturer, Department of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. My dear students, today we are in the fourth session of Unit 2 of the subject Fundamentals of Business Accounting, and this is for first sem B.B.A students. So your Unit 2 is all about accounting process. So already we have discussed few of the concepts. So let us quickly recall what we have discussed in a previous session. So in a previous session, we had solved a 15 marks problem on journal entries. So this you have know how to record the journal entries. So in today's session, we shall study with a new concept, that is ledger. So our recording of transactions starts with a journal, where as and when the transaction takes place in the business, it will be immediately recorded in the books of account, where that book is called as what? Book of original entry, or it is also called as journal. So once the transaction is recorded in journal, so it has to be classified into individual accounts, which is called as what? Ledger. Now let us see what is this ledger, and we shall also solve a problem on ledger accounts. Now, what is this ledger? Business transactions are first recorded in journal. So, as I told you, as and when the transaction takes place in the business, it will be immediately recorded in the book of original entry, which is called as journal, where the transactions are recorded in a chronological order. So, what do you mean by chronological order? As per the date, as and when the transaction have taken place, immediately it will be recorded in the journal. The next step is to transfer the entries to respective accounts, which is called as what? Ledger. So once the transactions are recorded in the journal, so individually we are going to classify those transactions into respective accounts. So depending upon the nature, we are going to classify those entries, which is called as what? Ledger. Thus, ledger is a principal book of accounting system, whereas journal is called as what? Book of original entry, whereas ledger is called as principal book of accounting system. It is a book which contains all the accounts of the business enterprise. So it is a book which contains all the classified accounts. So here randomly we are not going to record the transactions. So the transactions which are recorded in the journal will be classified into individual accounts, which is called as ledger. The process of transferring entries from journal to ledger is called as what? Posting. So we have already learnt about it. So the recording of transaction in journal is called as journalizing, whereas the transaction that is been transferred from journal to ledger, so that is called as posting. So the process of transferring entries from the book of original entry, that is journal, to ledger is called as posting. So this is about the ledger. Now let us see what are the features of ledger. So ledger is a book of second entry. So why it is called as second entry? Because initially the fresh transactions are recorded in the journal. Then those transactions will be transferred to ledger accounts. So first book is a journal, and the second entry where the recording is made, that is ledger accounts. So ledger is a book of second entry. Ledger is a principal book of accounting system. So already I have told you, ledger is called as principal book of accounting system. Now third feature is that the transactions are recorded in the analytical order, that is all the transactions pertaining to a particular account are entered in one place. In journal, we will record the transactions in a chronological order. As per the date, we are going to record one by one. But how we are going to record the transactions in the ledger? Depending upon the nature, we are going to classify those transactions. So, the transactions are recorded in the analytical order. Full details of the transaction, that is narration, are not entered in this book. So, in journal, after each and every journal entry, you might have remember That is, after each and every journal entry, we will write a brief explanation about that journal entry, which is called as what? Narration. But that narration will not be there in case of ledger. So, ledger is considered as less authentic and reliable in comparison to journal, since entries are recorded in the ledger at the later stage. Now, when compared to journal, in journal immediately we will record the transactions as and when it has been taken place. But this will not happen in case of ledger. So, once the transactions are recorded in the journal, then it will be transferred to ledger. So, it is less authentic when compared to journal. The process of recording entries in ledger is called as what? Posting. So, what it is called as? The process of transferring the entries from journal to ledger is called as posting. Page number of the journal, that is journal folio, is written in the ledger. So, in journal, we will record L bar F, that is what? Ledger folio. Whereas in ledger, we will record journal folio, that is page number of the journal, which is called as journal folio. So, JF is written in the ledger. Accuracy of ledger account is tested by preparing a trial balance. Now, how to check the accuracy of the ledger account? So, we will prepare a statement which is known as trial balance. So, we'll learn about trial balance later. Okay, so how we are going to prepare the ledger accounts, or how to check the accuracy of the ledger account? By preparing a statement which is called as what? Trial balance. So, these are all the features of ledger. Now, coming to the difference between journal and ledger. So, let us see what are the main difference between journal as well as ledger. So, both the concept you know well. So, let us see what are the main difference here. Now, coming to the first one, journal is a book of first entry or book of original entry. So, already we have learnt about journal, where journal is called as book of original entry, or it is a book of first entry, where we are going to record the transactions for the first time. So, we will start recording the transactions in the journal for the first time immediately when the transaction takes place in the business. Then it will be transferred to ledger. So, ledger is a book of second entry. So, as I have already told you, first we will record the transactions in journal, and those transactions which I have already recorded in the journal, then it will be transferred to ledger account. So, journal is called as first entry or book of original entry, whereas ledger is called as what? Second entry or book of second entry. Next, the second difference is that the transactions are recorded in the chronological order as and when they have taken place. So, in journal, what we are going to do, as and when the transaction takes place, immediately we will record those transactions in a chronological order. That is, as per the date, one by one, we will record the transactions. But when compared to ledger, so these transactions are recorded in the analytical order. In journal, we will record in the chronological order, whereas in ledger, we will record the transactions in the analytical order. That is, all the transactions pertaining to a particular account are entered in one place. So, in journal, randomly we are going to record all the transactions one by one, but in case of ledger, this will not happen. So, depending upon the nature, we have to classify those transactions. Now, coming to the third difference, full details of the transaction, that is narration, are recorded in these books. So, in journal, we will record the narration. So, after each and every journal entry, in the bracket, we have to write a brief explanation about that journal entry, which is called as what? Narration. So, you have learnt about the narration. Okay. Now, what about ledger? In ledger, there is no necessity of narration. So, ledger or full details of the transaction, that is narrations, are not recorded in these books. So, in ledger, we are not going to record the narrations. The fourth difference is that these books are considered as more authentic as well as reliable in comparison to ledger, as these books in which the entries are recorded first time. So, as I have already discussed, journal is more authentic as well as reliable when compared to ledger, because First, the transactions are recorded in the journal itself. Whereas coming to the ledger, ledger is considered as less authentic and reliable in comparison to journal, since entries are recorded in the ledger at the later stage. So, why ledger is less authentic? Because after recording in the journal, then the entries are transferred to ledger accounts. So, journal is more authentic as well as reliable, whereas ledger account is less authentic as well as reliable when compared to journal. Next difference is that the process of recording entries is called as what? Journalizing. So, the process of recording the transactions in a chronological order one by one in journal is called as what? Journalizing. But what about ledger? The process of transferring the entries from journal to ledger, that is called as what? Posting. So, recording of transactions in journal is called as journalizing. Transferring the entries from journal to ledger accounts is called as posting. Next, sixth difference is that page number of the ledger, that is ledger folio, is written in journal. So, page number of the ledger is written in the journal, that is LF, ledger folio. Whereas in ledger, we will record the page number of the journal as journal folio. So, page number of the journal, that is journal folio, is written in the ledger. So, it will be reverse. In ledger, we will record journal folio. In journal, we will record ledger folio. Next, accuracy of these books cannot be tested. So, in journal, we cannot check the accuracy of the journal. Whereas in ledger, we can check the accuracy of the ledger by preparing a statement which is called as what? Trial balance. So, accuracy of the ledger account is tested by preparing trial balance. So, trial balance is a statement which is prepared in order to check the accuracy of ledger accounts. So, these are the few difference between journal as well as ledger. Now, coming to the format of ledger account, we shall go through the format. So, this is a format. Already we know what is the format of journal. Now, this is a format of ledger account where you are going to write the name of the account. So, name of the account in a sense, suppose I want to prepare cash account. Then, the name of the account will be cash account. So, this is a name of the account. Suppose I want to prepare sales account, then the name of the account will be sales account. If I want to prepare the transactions relating to purchase, then purchase account. So, first write the heading of the account, that is name of the account. So, it will be having debit as well as credit side. So, which will be indicated by DR as well as CR, which indicates what? Debit side and credit side. Under debit side, date, particulars, journal folio. So, I have already told you, in ledger, we will record the journal or page number of the journal, which is called as what? Journal folio. So, journal folio amount. So, this much will be the debit side. And coming to the credit side, same date, particulars, journal folio amount. So, this will be the format of ledger accounts. Now, coming to a problem, we shall solve a small problem where we shall prepare the journal entries. At the same time, we shall post those journal entries to ledger accounts. Okay, now go through the problem. Journalize the following transactions and post them to ledger accounts. So, already we have learnt about the journal. So, quickly we shall record the journal entries. Now, coming to the first one, January 1st, 2019, business started with cash rupees 1,50,000. Now, what is your journal entry? The business has been started with cash. So, that initial investment is called as what? Capital. So, cash account data to capital account 1,50,000. So, 1st January 2019. So, date is 2019 and you know the format, that is journal entries, or you can write journal entries in the books of, if they have given the name of that enterprise. So, here just write journal entries and 1/1/2019. So, what is your first journal entry? Cash account debtor to capital account. Cash account debtor to capital account. Write the narration being business started with cash. Being business started with cash. So what is the amount? Amount is 1,50,000. So already we have seen how to record the journal entry. So this will be the first journal entry. Now coming to the second one, January 8th, opened a bank account with SBI rupees 30,000. So you are going to deposit into bank. So bank is going to receive bank account data to what goes from you? Cash. So bank account data to cash account, how much? 30,000. So 8/1/2019, bank account data to cash account. What is the narration? Being cash deposited into bank. Being cash deposited into bank. So what is the amount? 30,000. So 30,000 in the debit side and 30,000 in the credit side. Now coming to the next one, January 10th. Goods purchased on credit from Gaurav. So here they have mentioned the word credit. In the sense we have not paid by cash or we have not purchased by cash. So what is the entry? Purchaser's account data to Gaurav's account. So what is the amount? 20,000 and the date is 10. So 10/1/2019, purchaser's account data to Gaurav's account. To Gaurav's account. Write the narration being goods purchased on credit. Being goods purchased on credit. So what is the amount? And the amount is 20,000. 20,000 in the debit side, 20,000 in the credit side. Now coming to the next one, Jan 20th, sold goods on credit to Ghana. So here we are selling goods to Ghana. So Ghana is receiving the goods. So Ghana's account data to. So we are selling on credit basis, not on cash basis. So you will write it as Ghana's account data to sales account. Suppose it was on cash basis, then we are receiving cash. So your entry will be cash account data to sales account. Here we are selling on credit. So Ghana's account data to sales account. And the date is 20th/1/2019. So Ghana is receiving the goods. Ghana's account data to sales account. Write the narration being goods sold on credit. Being goods sold on credit. And what is the amount? Amount is 25,000. 25,000 in the debit side and 25,000 in the credit side. Now coming to the next one, cash received from Ghana. So what is your entry? Cash account data, because you are receiving the cash from whom? Ghana. So cash account data to Ghana's account. That is 25th/1/2019. So cash account data to Ghana's account, because you are receiving cash. Being cash received from Ghana. And what is the amount received? That is 20,000. 20,000 in the debit side and 20,000 in the credit side. Next one, salary paid in cash. So you are going to pay the salary. So salary is an expense. Debit all expenses and losses. So your entry will be salary account data to cash account. And the amount is 22,000. And what is the date? 31st Jan. 31st Jan 2019, salary account debtor to cash account. Write the narration being salary paid. Being salary paid. And what is the amount of salary paid? That is 22,000. 22,000 in the debit side and 22,000 in the credit side. Next, as usual, you have to total. So, how much total amount you will get both the debit and credit side? That is, if you total all these. So, from here, that is, you will get 2,67,000 in the debit side and 2,67,000 in the credit column. So, this is how you are going to record the journal entries, and already we have seen about it. Now, we have to start recording those journal entries into ledger accounts. So, this will be the format of ledger account. So, first we shall prepare cash account. So, the name of the account is cash account, and you know the format. There will be debit as well as credit side. Under debit side, date, particulars, journal folio, amount. Under credit side also, date, particulars, journal folio and amount. Now, we have to see the journal entry where there is cash account. Okay, go through the journal entry. So, if you see the first journal entry, the entry is cash account debtor to capital account. Now, here there is cash account. So, leave this cash account. Remaining account is what? To capital account. So, let's see how we have to record, and the amount is 1,50,000. So, how we are going to record? 1/1/2019. Always remember, in your ledger account, your debit side starts with to and credit side starts with by. Okay. So, how we are going to record? It is cash account debtor to capital account. So, your entry was to capital account. Okay. So, as I told you, leave this cash account. Remaining account is what? To capital account. So, write in the debit side, to capital account 1,50,000. In the same way, go through the next entry. So, where there is cash account, here there is cash account. Okay. So, leave this cash account. Remaining account, the account that has been debited, which is that bank account. So, what is the date? 8/1/2019 by bank account. How much? 30,000. 8/1/2019 by bank account. How much? 30,000. Now, go through the next one where there is cash account. In the third entry, there is no cash account. Fourth entry also, there is no cash account. Here, there is cash account. That is 25th. So, leave this cash account. Remaining account is what? To Ghana's account. So, to Ghana's account, where do we record? In the debit side. Everything which starts with by we will record in the credit side. Everything that starts with to, so it will be recorded in the debit side. So, here there is nothing like by. So, it is understood that the account to be debited will start with by. Okay. So, 25th/1/2019 to Ghana's account. 25th/1/2019 to Ghana's account. And what is the amount? So, amount is 20,000. Next one. So, here also there is cash account. So, leave this cash account. Remaining account is what? Salary account, but it is in the debit side. So, by salary account. 31st/1/2019 by salary account, and the amount is 22,000. So, 31st/1/2019 by salary account 22,000. Only so much. So, we are done with the cash account. Now, we have to balance both the side, and the balancing figure has to be carried down at the end of that particular month. So, if you count the debit side, so the total is 1,70,000. Whereas, coming to the credit side, we have 30 plus 22. That is 52,000. So, Now which one is greater? 1,70,000 is greater. So write 1,70,000 both the side. Minus this 52,000. So let us see how much we'll get. 1,70,000 minus 52,000. So we'll get 1,18,000 as a balancing figure. 1,18,000. Now what is this? Balance carried down. So when we are going to carry down the balance at the end of that particular month. So end of January 31st 1 2019 by balance carried down. So how much? 1,18,000. So whatever the amount you have carried down, you have to bring down that balance. So when we are going to bring down at the beginning of next month, that is 1/2/2019, to balance brought down. So how much? Same amount what you have carried down, that is 1,18,000. So we'll write 1,18,000 here. So this is how you are going to prepare your ledger accounts. Now coming to the next account, that is capital account. So here also we have to see the journal entry where there is capital account. Now go through the journal entry. Yes, in the first one, here there is capital account, but it is in the credit side, correct? So the remaining account is what? Cash account. So how do we write? By cash account. 1/1/2019 by cash account. How much? 1,50,000. 1/1/2019 by cash account 1,50,000. Again see the journal entry where there is capital account. So if you see the second one, there is no, third one also there is no, fourth also there is no, fifth and sixth there is no capital account. Now how to balance? So in the credit side we have 1,50,000, debit side it is 0. So which one is greater? 1,50,000 is greater. So write both the side 1,50,000. So 1,50,000 minus 0. So remaining amount is what? 1,50,000 only. So this amount has to be carried down. So when do we carry it down? End of January 31st 1/2019 to balance carried down. How much? 1,50,000. So once the amount has been carried down, at the beginning of next month we have to bring down that balance. That is 1/2/2019. That is 1st February 2019 by balance brought down. So how much brought down? 1,50,000. Same amount what you have carried down. Okay. Now coming to the third account, that is bank account. Here also we have to go through the journal entry and find out where there is bank account. Now come to the first entry, there is no bank account. Here there is in the second entry. So bank account that are two cash accounts. So how do you record? Two cash account. What is the date? 8. So 8/1/2019. 8/1/2019 to cash account, and the amount is how much? To cash account 30,000. 30,000. Next, go through the next entry and find out where there is bank account. So in the third entry there is no bank account. Fourth, fifth, sixth there is no bank account. Now as usual balance. So in the debit side it is 30,000, whereas credit side it is 0. So balance both the side 30,000 and the balancing figure is also 30,000. So what is this 30,000? Balance carried down. So when do we carry down the balance? 31st 1st 2019 by balance carried down. C bar D means what? Carried down. Now on 1st Feb 2019 you have to bring down the balance. To balance brought down. How much? 30,000. So hope you are clear. So C bar D means what? Carried down. Carried down. And B bar D means brought down. So hope you are clear about it. In the same way, next account is purchasers account. Go through purchasers account. So in the first entry, there is no purchase account. Second entry also. Third entry, there is purchase account. So your entry is purchasers account data to Gaurav's account. So here there is purchase account. So how do you record? 10/1/2019 to Gaurav's account 20,000. So 10/1/2019 to Gaurav's account. And the amount is how much? To Gaurav's account 20,000. 20,000. Again see whether there is purchases account. There is no purchases account hereafter. So bring down the balance. So in the debit side it is 20,000. Credit side it is 0. But write 20,000 both the side. And the balancing figure will be 20,000 again. So what is this 20,000? You have to bring down the balance by balance carried down. So whatever the amount you have carried down, bring down to the next month. 1/2/2019 to balance brought down. How much? 20,000. So hope you are clear about it. Now going to the next account, we shall prepare Gaurav's account. Now see the journal entry where there is Gaurav's account. Yes, in the third entry, here we have Gaurav's account. So the remaining account is what? Purchasers account. That is by purchasers account 10/1/2019 by purchasers account 20,000. So 10/1/2019 by purchasers account. And the amount is 20,000. Next, we have to find Gaurav's account again. So here there is no Gaurav's account and there is no Gaurav's account. So what you have to do? Balance carried down. So here, what is the amount? That is 20,000. So write 20,000 both the side. And the balancing figure will be 20,000. So what is this 20,000? Carried down balance. So when do we carry down? At the end of the month. So to balance carried down. So whatever the amount you have carried down, bring down to the next month beginning. That is 1/2/2019 by balance brought down. How much? Same 20,000. Next we have to prepare Ghana's account. So go through the journal entries again. So find out where there is Ghana's account. So in the first entry there is no, second entry also, third entry also there is no Ghana's account. Fourth entry we have Ghana's account data to sales account. So how do you record? To sales account, that is 20th/1/2019 to sales account 25,000. So 20th/1/2019 to sales account and the amount is how much? 25,000. Next one, find out where there is Ghana's account. Yes, so here we have cash account data to Ghana's account. So here we are going to prepare Ghana's account. Leave this. Remaining account is what? By cash account. That is 25th/1/2019 by cash account 20,000. So 25th/1/2019 by cash account and the amount is how much? 20,000. Again find out where there is Ghana's account. Yes, in the last entry there is no Ghana's account. So balance both the side. So in the debit side it is 25,000 whereas credit side it is only 20,000. So which one is greater? 25,000 is greater. So write 25,000 both the side minus this 20,000. So you'll get a balancing figure of how much? 5,000. Now what is this 5,000? 5,000 has to be carried down. So when we are going to carry down 31st/1/2019 by balance carried down. So whatever the amount you have carried down, bring down that balance to the next month beginning. that is 1/2/2019 to balance brought down, bring down the balance. So how much? 5,000. So we are done with Ghana's account. Next, prepare sales account. Again, we have to go through the journal entry and find out where there is sales account. So here there is no sales account, but here there is sales account. So how do we record? By Ghana's account, that is 20th/1/2019 by Ghana's account 25,000. 20th/1/2019 by Ghana's account, and the amount is how much? 25,000. Next, again go to sales account. Yes, we are done with this. Next, sales account. There is no other sales account. So directly we have to balance. So in the credit side it is 25,000, whereas in the debit side it is 0. So write 25,000 both the side, and the balancing figure will be 25,000. So bring or carry down that balance. On which date? 31st/1/2019 to balance carried down. How much? 25,000. So whatever the amount you have carried down here, bring down that balance at the beginning of next month. 1/2/2019 by balance brought down. How much? 25,000. So hope you are clear with sales account. Now come to the last account, that is salary account. So we have one entry, that is salary paid, salary account data to cash account. So here there is salary account. Remaining account is what? To cash account. That is 31st/1/2019 to cash account 22,000. So 31st/1/2019 to cash account, and the amount is how much? 22,000. So we have only one entry, whereas in the credit side there is no other entry. So balance both the side. 22,000, write both the side. So we'll get a balancing figure of 22,000 itself. So what is this? Carried down balance. 31st/1/2019 by balance carried down. So whatever the balancing figure you will get, so that has to be carried down. Now whatever you have carried down, bring down that balance at the beginning of next month, that is 1/2/2019 to balance brought down. How much? 22,000. So this is how we are going to prepare your ledger accounts. Hope you are clear about it, but you will get quite lengthy problem. So go through the journal entry. So they might not ask to prepare both journal entry as well as ledger account together. So when they have given the journal entry, just for your verification or for your reference, you can write in the pencil, that is the journal entry. Then you can go on preparing the ledger account. If you know the journal entry properly, then ledger account or preparation of ledger account is very easy. So my dear students, hope you have understood how to record the journal entries and how to post them to individual ledger accounts. So in my next session also, I am going to solve a small problem on ledger accounts. So let us see how we have to post them to ledger account. Hope you have understood today's session. See you all in my next session. Till then, take care. Thank you.